Two billionaires, one diver, one teenager, and a CEO whose wife is the great-granddaughter of Titanic victims are missing in the deep Atlantic Ocean. You all have heard about the Titanic. Today, let me tell you about Titan. A massive search operation is underway in the Atlantic Ocean, the world's second largest ocean, and this in order to rescue 5 people who had gone on an expedition to watch the remains of the Titanic at 12,500 feet below the sea surface. They were in a submersible called Titan, which is bolted from outside. The oxygen inside that vessel is running out. And by the time you watch this video, it is possible that the oxygen might run out. Teams from America, Canada and France are trying to search one of the deepest parts of the Atlantic Oceans, but there's no luck yet. It seems like an impossible race against time. It's been over 4 days now and nobody knows where Titan is and what happened to it. On the whole story, let's try to understand why this missing submersible has caught the world's attention. The small craft named Titan is owned by undersea exploration company OceanGate Expeditions. It's been taking tourists to see the remains of Titanic since 2021. The cost of the ticket is $250,000 or roughly 2 crore rupees a person. It's an 8-day trip that includes dives to the wreck at the depth of almost 12,500 feet. A full dive to the Titanic wreck, including the descent and ascent, reportedly takes 8 hours. A maximum of 6 people above the age of 17 years are allowed on board. So where is the Titanic wreckage? It is about 700 kilometers south of St. John's, Newfoundland in Canada. At least 46 people have successfully traveled on OceanGate submersible to the Titanic wreck site in 2021 and 2022. Now what is it like to be in that submersible? It's not a submarine. It's a submersible that has limited power reserves and needs a support ship on the surface to launch and recover it. Titan typically spends about 10 to 11 hours during each trip to the Titanic wreck, while submarines can stay underwater for months. It is roughly the size of a minivan or a small car. It weighs about 20,000 pounds or about 9,071 kilograms and is made of carbon fiber and titanium. There's only one toilet and no seats. All passengers must sit cross-legged on the floor. There are no windows except for the porthole through which passengers can see the Titanic remains. Reports say parts of Titan are low-tech and is operated by a gaming controller that looks like a PlayStation controller. So what happened on Sunday? This tourist submarine lost touch about an hour and 45 minutes into its dive about 1,400 kilometers east of Cape Cod in Massachusetts. A search operation was launched immediately. Government agencies, the US and Canadian navies and commercial deep-sea companies are helping in the rescue operation. As of Wednesday, searchers had covered an area twice the size of Connecticut in waters, and this operation continued overnight as well. Who all are missing? The missing include OceanGate CEO and founder Stockton Rush, British businessman Hamish Harding, French diver Paul Henry, Pakistani billionaire Shehzada Daud and his son Suleiman Daud. According to the New York Times, the wife of missing OceanGate CEO is the great-great-granddaughter of a couple that died on Titanic. How bad is it? What are the challenges for the rescue teams? Well, it is pitch dark, 12,500 feet deep, freezing cold. The oxygen is running out, no visibility. Experts say you can't see your hand in front of your face. Now finding it will be like finding a needle in a haystack. If it returned to the surface, it would be difficult for the people to come out as this vessel has been locked from outside with 17 bolts. It's like being in a cramped snow cave. There was some hope as rescue teams heard some banging noises from its last known location. But the US Coast Guard has confirmed that banging noises that were heard did not come from the Titan. A French robot that can dive up to 19,600 feet is among the equipment that's being deployed to search for the missing submersible. A lot of people are asking whether this company was authorized to undertake such risky Titanic trips. Could this have been avoided? The owner of the company who organized the expedition and is also missing had once famously said, "If you want to be safe, don't get out of bed." The questions about Titan's safety were always there. Documents show that OceanGate had been warned that there might be catastrophic safety problems posed by the way this vessel was developed. A former employee had said in a lawsuit that the company's testing and certification was insufficient and would subject passengers to potential extreme danger in an experimental submersible.